Hi, my name is Coey Zachary, and I'm the producer on the team behind BraveScan. BraveScan is a virtual reality application aimed at training pediatric patients that have to undergo functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI. fMRI scans are clinically used to plan brain surgery as well as in psychology and neuroscience research. When an unsuccessful scan has to be rescheduled, this causes problems for already congested hospital schedules that have wait times from weeks to months, in some cases pushing patients who are already on the list, depending on severity and priority. When a scan is incomplete, hospitals usually will not be able to collect revenue or will only collect partial revenue, at which point families can be saddled with a secondary charge for a follow-up scan, which already range from $1,000 to $5,000 out of pocket. And so some families are taking on double scan charges. When a patient is so scared they won't even walk into the room, it means that they're going to go undiagnosed or they won't be cleared for what can be really life-changing surgery. And that is why we would like to implement a solution, because right now there is no standard form of patient training for MRI or functional MRI scans. And this is why we're developing BraveScan, a virtual reality application that simulates a realistic fMRI procedure, but leverages the gyroscopic hardware in order to track and train patient head movement. So we want to be able to display this 3mm threshold by using the hardware in the headset, while immersing the patient in a realistic scaled environment that has the actual MRI noises, so that we can reduce anxiety caused by claustrophobia and the fear of the loud noises. In addition, we wanted to provide helpful tools to the healthcare providers, and we wanted to track performance data both in head movement and in paradigm responses, and export that data in a format that they're already familiar with from functional MRI software. For families, BraveScan means accessible training at no additional cost, especially when families are already facing the financial responsibility of their child's treatment. This also means less visits to the hospital for on-site training or for rescheduled scans. We hope that accessible training at home means that children arrive at their scan date feeling confident rather than feeling scared and intimidated. For hospitals, more successful scans means more revenue, and it also means less man-hours spent on on-site training that can instead be spent on other logistics. And when patients arrive more efficiently prepared, that means more patient revenue per week. It's possible, rather than scanning one patient per week, hospitals may be able to scan 2 patients per week, which can alleviate backed up schedules. One of the most popular forms of fMRI training for children, even used by Children's National Hospital, is to use a children's play tunnel as an MRI simulation. So this right here is our MRI tunnel. It is made out of vinyl and it was ordered on Amazon, but one of the leading manufacturers, I think, for this piece of medical equipment is IKEA, or really any local toy store would have one of these state-of-the-art devices. And then this here is my technical button box that I use to simulate the inputs for my fMRI training. So when I need to answer a question or respond to a prompt, I can press my button. And to simulate a lifelike scan experience, what we're going to do is have the lab tech who is recording play the MRI sounds through a speaker on her phone. So we'll go ahead and show you what this experience is like.
A beautiful red flower is a rose.
And while this tries to simulate the process to allow the child to practice the procedure, it still has to be done on site, and the lab tech has to administer this training, which we think can be done far more effectively at home with a product like BraveScan. Let's go ahead and see what a patient experience might be like playing BraveScan.
All right, now I'm going to go over the instructions for the game you're going to play when you're in the scanner getting your pictures taken. When I start it up, you're going to hear some loud noises. That's completely normal. That's just our camera taking pictures.
I did not assume it must be. Why did it drop that woman I attacked it?
If BraveScan were to receive grant funding, families will have access to effective training at no additional cost and can rest assured that their child will successfully complete a scan in order to advance their treatment. Hospitals will also be able to scan more patients each year, resulting in more revenue, more man-hours spent on valuable work, and more children receiving life-changing care. Using a bench-to-bedside grant, BraveScan aims to reach MVP status quickly so we can begin testing with a partnered hospital like Children's National Hospital and we can get this training in the hands of families and children. Thank you so much for your time.